Hey, you amazing human. Welcome back to the deep dive. Get comfy, grab your headphones, because we're about to dive headfirst into something, well, pretty important for you.
That's right. Think of us as your friendly knowledge guides, maybe. We do the heavy lifting with the info so you can just, get the good stuff.
And speaking of good stuff, if this is maybe your first time here, or if life's just been, wild and you've missed a few deep dives, seriously, you gotta go back and listen.
Please do.
We've uncovered some seriously surprising things, like you never know, maybe that dive into procrastination is exactly what you need today.
hmm
Trust us, there are gems back there. Go on, it's like a little intellectual treasure hunt for your ears.
Yeah, you might just find that one little insight that totally reframes something you're dealing with. We've covered, well, a lot of ground, always trying to make sense of things together.
Today, though, we are laser focused on something super relevant for navigating, let's just say, our enthusiastically unpredictable modern world.
Chuckle slightly. That's one way to put it.
It's the art of saying no, setting boundaries for a balanced life. Sounds maybe a bit basic, but honestly, for you to thrive now, it's basically a superpower you need.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
In a world that feels like it's constantly tap dancing on your last nerve with demands and pings, knowing when and how to say no.
Mhm.
It's not just nice, it's like self-preservation.
Exactly. So our mission today, it's simple but really vital. We're going to unpack why saying no is so crucial for your mental health, for, actually having some kind of work-life balance. We've dug into some research. We'll share some honest personal stories, hopefully relatable ones.
Definitely.
And most importantly for you, we're giving you actual practical tips, stuff you can use like today, no jargon, just real tools.
And we'll tackle it with, our usual honesty and maybe a little bit of much-needed humor.
Oh, definitely needed.
Because sometimes, looking at that to-do list,
Uh-huh.
you just gotta laugh or cry. We're aiming for laugh.
Okay, let's get into it then. This whole saying no thing. Why is setting boundaries so hard? It feels like it should be easy. Just no. But for so many of us, it's like pulling teeth. What's going on there?
Well, I mean, just look around, right? Your everyday life is probably just this constant stream of requests, phone buzzing,
Constantly.
endless things fighting for your attention, work stuff, personal stuff, and, oh yeah, the infinite scroll online.
Right. It's just so easy to default to yes, isn't it? Another task at work. Yep. Friend needs a favor last minute. Sure. That little notification pops up. Click.
Yeah.
But what's the actual cost to you when you're always in yes mode?
Well, connecting it straight to your well-being, always saying yes. It's like you've got this slow leak in your energy tank. It's a huge driver of burnout, that awful feeling of being totally drained.
Physically, emotionally.
Every level.
Yeah.
And your stress levels are just like shoot up.
Yeah.
And the irony is the productivity you think you're achieving, it actually tanks.
And it plummets.
Yeah, you end up doing less and doing it less well because you're just spread way, way too thin.
It's like trying to spread, I don't know, one tiny pat of butter over a giant piece of toast. Just doesn't work.
Good analogy.
And this isn't just us talking, right? Look at what people search for online. Terms like overcommitment stress.
Mm.
They're really trending. That tells you something. It's a big deal for a lot of people. You're not alone in feeling this.
And what's really interesting for you to know is this isn't just like anecdotal. Big names. Think Psychology Today, Harvard Business Review, the American Psychological Association.
Right.
They've all published tons on how crucial boundaries are for, well, sustainable work-life balance.
Right.
It's not just about feeling tired. It has real impacts on your health, long-term.
Okay, so we're seeing why it's so important, why you need these boundaries. But let's flip it. What happens inside you when you actually start doing it, when you get better at saying no? What are the good things, the psychological shifts?
This is where it gets really good for your well-being. Research consistently shows that setting healthy boundaries, it significantly lowers your overall stress.
Okay.
When you stop constantly overextending yourself, your body and mind aren't stuck in that like chronic fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
You actually create space to breathe, to recover.
And it's not just about less stress, is it? Saying no can actually, like, boost your self-esteem, which, let's be real, who couldn't use a bit more of that?
Absolutely. When you make that conscious choice, to prioritize your own needs, your values, by saying no to stuff that doesn't fit, you're basically sending yourself a message
Like what?
that you matter. Your time, your energy, your well-being, they're valuable, worth protecting. It's fundamental self-respect.
Wow, yeah.
And there's research too, like in the Journal of the Positive Psychology, showing that when people do prioritize their needs, turn down excessive demands, they report better mental and emotional health overall. It's a pretty big deal for your self-care.
That really reframes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It connects right into self-care, which sometimes gets a bad rap, like it's selfish or something.
Totally.
But it's actually, like, essential for resilience, for bouncing back.
Precisely. Self-care isn't some, fluffy luxury for when you have extra time. It's foundational. It builds your capacity to handle, life.
Yeah.
Loads of science backs this up. Taking time for your own needs makes you more resilient, better able to cope with stress. It's an investment.
And you know who talks about this, link boundaries and well-being really powerfully? Brené Brown.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She really emphasizes how that vulnerability, having the guts to set boundaries, it's key for real connection with others and for genuine self-care. It's not about building walls. It's about, like, healthy fences for what matters to you.
Which brings us right to the big question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, how? How do you actually do this? Saying no, especially if you're, a people pleaser or you hate missing out, it can feel super awkward. So let's get practical. Actionable steps. What can you do? Starting now?
Okay, step 1 for you. Assess your commitments. Sounds obvious maybe, but how often do you really, take an honest look at everything you've said yes to? It's like cleaning under the couch cushions, right? You might be surprised what's hiding there.
Exactly. So maybe for a week or two, just try tracking your tasks, your commitments. Notice what leaves you feeling drained
Yeah.
or resentful or just constantly rushed. That kind of personal audit, looking at your time and energy, helps you see where you might be, habitually overcommitting.
Right. It's like a little investigation into where your energy's actually going. Okay, so once you have that clearer picture, step 2, the big one, learn to say no. And the secret here for you is that you really don't need some elaborate excuse every time.
Oh, totally. No need for a novel. Start practicing simple, direct, guilt-free phrases like, I can't commit to that right now. Or, thanks for thinking of me, but I have other priorities.
That's it.
That's often enough. You don't know anyone your entire life story or schedule. A polite but firm no is okay. It's complete.
Okay. Then, step 3 for you, set specific boundaries. So this is less about the in-the-moment no and more about, setting up some rules beforehand.
Exactly. Think about different parts of your life. Maybe you decide, okay, no screens after 9 p.m. to wind down.
Good one, hard one.
Yeah. Or maybe structured breaks during work to, stop that constant on feeling.
Yeah.
Or maybe setting limits on taking on extra projects that always push you over the edge. The more specific they are for you, the easier they are to actually stick to.
Makes sense. Okay, step 4 for your well-being. Prioritize self-care. We talked about this, but it's so key, it's worth hitting again for you. Saying no actually makes the space for self-care.
It's so connected. When you say no to things that drain you, things that aren't your priority, you're automatically saying yes to things that do nourish you.
I
So
see.
make an effort. Integrate mindfulness, even just a few minutes. Schedule time for stuff you actually enjoy, things that recharge you. It's not just nice to have. It's like non-negotiable for your long-term health and resilience.
Step 5 then, for you. Communicate clearly. Because, boundaries don't work if nobody knows they exist. correct?
Precisely.
Yeah.
So when you talk to colleagues, friends, family, try to be respectful, but also assertive about your needs. If you have to leave work at a certain time, maybe let people know ahead. If you need focus time, communicate that.
You think people will respect it?
You might be surprised. Often, once you state it clearly and respectfully, people get it.
Okay. And finally, step 6 for you. Use tools and resources. You don't have to figure this all out alone.
No way. There's some great stuff out there. Planning apps like Todoist or Notion, they can really help you see your commitments, spot where you're overloaded. And digital wellness apps like Forest or Headspace. They can help with that screen time boundary, which is huge for a lot of us. Monitor it, limit it intentionally.
And for deeper dives, books, articles.
Oh yeah, the book Boundaries by Dr. Cloud and Dr. Townsend. It's like the classic for a reason. Really good stuff.
Heard that one.
And you can find tons of helpful articles, Harvard Business Review, Psychology Today. They often cover work-life balance, self-care, setting limits. Lots of good advice there for you.
Okay, so those are the steps. But to really make it real for you, let's get personal for a minute. I can definitely remember a time, actually, let's be honest, probably many times, when just not being able to say no led straight to a full-on stress meltdown.
Oh dear.
Early in my career, right?
Right.
I wanted so badly to be helpful, prove myself, so I just said yes to everything, extra work projects, yep. Helping every friend move house? Sure. Volunteering for stuff I didn't even care about? Okay.
Wow. And what did that constant yes do to you?
Well, totally predictably, I was just exhausted all the time. Physically, mentally, I started feeling resentful, actually, because I had zero time or energy left for me, for my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically, my work actually suffered because I was juggling too much. I remember this one weekend, I somehow triple booked myself and I just burst into tears. Total overwhelm. Not my finest moment.
Oh, that sounds absolutely draining for you. So what changed? How did you start shifting that?
It was slow, not overnight. But eventually I just realized constantly saying yes to everyone else meant I was saying no to myself, my own well-being. So I started small, practicing those simple phrases like, I can't right now. And guess what? The world didn't end.
Imagine that.
Right. People were mostly fine with it. And the relief I felt, just not being stretched so thin, it was huge, massive. Now I'm way more conscious about my yeses, and honestly, my well-being is so much better. I actually have time for things I enjoy, and I'm better at the things I do commit to. It's been a total game changer for me.
That's such a powerful and I think really relatable example for people listening, how that shift can make such a difference.
Yeah.
I've got one too, maybe a bit more lighthearted.
Oh, do tell.
Okay, so I set this boundary for myself. No devices after 9 p.m. strict. And for weeks, I was rocking it. Feeling rested, reading actual books.
Right.
Then one night, some big news story breaks.
Yeah.
Like 9:50 and my curiosity, that little FOMO gremlin on my shoulder, it just got me. I thought, okay, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Fast forward, 3 hours later, I'm bleary-eyed, scrolling endlessly, feeling totally defeated. Boundary.
Obliterated.
Chuckles.
Oh.
The late-night doom scroll. We've all fallen victim.
Totally. The funny thing looking back was the world was still perfectly fine in the morning, didn't miss anything crucial. But that little slip, it taught me something.
What's that?
That even with clear boundaries, good intentions, we're human. We slip up. It's about progress, right? Not perfection. The next night, I was back on track. Maybe a bit wiser, definitely laughing at myself. And it really drove home for me the importance of being kind to yourself when you mess up.
Absolutely. It's a practice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not a destination. And speaking of practice, we would absolutely love to hear from you, our amazing listener. Have you had a small win recently? Or maybe a big one,
Yeah.
setting a boundary.
Maybe you said no to that meeting you knew would suck the life out of you. Or put your phone away an hour before bed. Please share it with us. Use the hashtag digital sleepover no. We genuinely believe hearing those real stories from the community, it's so inspiring. It gives everyone more ideas, more encouragement.
Totally. Hearing those actual examples from each other, it's validating, right? And it offers more strategies. Your stories really do help others.
Well, that just about wraps up our deep dive into the very crucial art of saying no. Thank you so much for joining us today, for taking this time for yourself.
It's been a really important one to talk through, hasn't it? Something that touches your daily life so much.
Absolutely. And we really hope you'll take maybe just one or two things we talked about and try them out this week. See how it feels for you. And please subscribe so you don't miss our future deep dives into, well, navigating this whole messy, wonderful life.
And check out the back catalog.
Yes, definitely check the archives. You never know what gem might be waiting there for you right now. And most importantly, join the community. Share your wins, your uh-oh moments, using hashtag digital sleepover no. Let's keep supporting each other.
Yeah, let's build that balance together.
Exactly.
And just remember, for you, setting these healthy boundaries, it isn't about pushing people away, not at all. It's actually about creating the space you need. Space to connect better with yourself, honor your needs, and then connect with others in a way that's actually sustainable and more meaningful. It's a journey, right? Self-discovery, empowerment, and every time you manage an intentional no, you're making room for a much more joyful, authentic yes to the stuff that truly matters to you.